So, John, I want to make an offer. I want to make an offer. I know I'm not supposed to be apologizing. I know better, right? I'm not supposed to be apologizing.
There is this young man called Tiamiyu. He's trending right now, but not for something good. He's trending for terrible things. In fact, he himself said it. He said he understands what negative energy is all about, and this is going to be dragged back and forth. He has not just offended Christians, he has offended Muslims. He has not just offended Northerners, he has offended Southerners, Easterners. He has offended traditional worshippers, he has offended Indians, he has offended a lot of people. Why? He granted BBC an interview where he said that majority of students who come from, in quotes, third world countries. You know, that is what the West want to call you. You are not even second. You are third world countries. At times they want to even say underdeveloped country. They don't want to say developing country. They want to put themselves there while you're there. This man, some are calling him boy, went on BBC and he said that majority of people who come to the United Kingdom for study on study visa are simply coming using that as a route to get themselves there. Now, the United Kingdom has a package. If you're paying this huge amount of money, such as 15,000, 20,000 pounds, that's a lot of millions of naira. You can bring your dependents, such as your children, your wife. They can benefit from that status, and eventually you might get work. Now, the United Kingdom wants to change this. In fact, there is a ban already. You cannot bring in your dependents. You cannot even get a visa easily anymore. They are doing this. It's more or less an internal politics. One party trying to assuage, trying to make, certain people feel better. Any policy in Europe, in America, in Canada, in general, any policy amongst Europeans that tend to cut off foreigners is welcome. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Now, I want you to watch a video where this young man apologized. I want you to also see the video where he granted this interview, and also where he came on a blogger's platform, and all of a sudden he started acting, crazy, saying some words and saying he knows that he shouldn't have apologized. He knows better. He started acting cocky like a fool that he is. And I looked at him and I'm like, seriously? In fact, Gist Lover also gave him a little space on his platform where, they said that he will collect. I don't know what that means. Maybe you know what it means. If they say somebody will collect very soon. This young man said that a larger percentage of people who come to the UK via student visa are not coming to study. They're only looking for a route to escape. They are in the UK. Quickly, they want to swap or change their status to something because they're not really in there for study. And they just want to bring their family. And he even went as far as saying some of them even meet somewhere, maybe on the street of Lagos. They don't know themselves. They combine money together, apply as partners, spouse, husband and wife. He said a lot of terrible things. And if you look at him, he's not a British citizen, even if he is. But we know he's not. He has no British passport. He's also on the race of getting himself sorted out. He said all this nonsense. Yes, he said it. This is someone who benefited from the same thing, saying this kind of, crazy thing. I want us to watch this video and I want you to judge for yourself. What do you think should be done to this guy? What kind of, advice you have for him? Advices come in different forms. What kind of advice do you have for such a person who has said this? It has affected Ghanaians. It has affected basically not just Nigerians. It has affected a whole lot of people. As long as you fall into that, their stupid category, that one that they give to themselves, third world country, you will not be benefiting from this. And they needed someone to say it. And this man came, or is it a boy, and said it live on BBC. It has gone viral and people are looking at him. They don't know what to do with him yet. He's very short like this. I'm not saying short people are not, in case you are listening, no. but I'm just describing him as you're looking. He's very short with dark, dot on the forehead to show that he's a Muslim, and he does his, Allahu Akbar a lot, and many other things about him. Maybe he has been warned, or he wasn't warned, or he has been with this character for a long time. They've warned him and told him, Mister, be careful so that you don't use your mouth to put yourself in problem. But these are the kind of people who don't listen to nobody. Maybe, I don't know. Let us watch this video.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
And then
it's not about the
education.
education.
Job, hopefully.
It's not really about the education.
That if you have seen the interview/news feature, please, I am sorry for any inconvenience that this may have cost you.
So, John, I want to make an offer. I know I'm not supposed to be apologizing. I know better, right? I'm not supposed to be apologizing. But honestly, if they had posted, Daddy Freeze, you are the media guru.
MC, Daddy Freeze, thank you for letting me come in here. I've been trying to jump in here. MC, to be honest, you keep changing your points of view. You've apologized so many times. You apologized on your WhatsApp status. You apologized on Twitter. You apologized right here on this live. But for some reason, I'm watching your body language since you got in. You've been fidgeting.
Why we here?
Which are the symptoms of someone? Hang on, John. Let me finish. Hang on, John. Let me finish. You've been fidgeting as soon as you got on, which are signs of nervousness and anxiety. You've been displaying all of those. Wow. However, I noticed, being observant here to this live video, as soon as John started supporting your motion, you gained your confidence and you started speaking with less fidgeting. I'm being very honest with you. And now all of a sudden, someone who has apologized several times is saying that you don't have any reason to apologize. Now I'm going to ask you. I'm going to hang on, MC. I listen to hang on, MC. Please let me finish speaking.
You are going to mention my name right. If you are going to, if you want to share opinion.
What is your name? You did not introduce yourself. What is your name? My name is Rani. What's your name? What's your name?
You
didn't
know my
introduce
name.
yourself.
You have seen my WhatsApp
I do not. I have absolutely. As a matter of fact, that
Rani, clean your camera lens. You're not. I can't.
Hang on. Pronounce the name right and calm down.
Bro.
I'm sorry.
If you are,
I have absolutely no idea what your name is. However, the reason I decided to join in on you speaking on this live is because you made a statement when Daddy Freeze asked you why you said all what you said. It took you forever to get to the point. And like I said, all of these boil down to the signs of anxiety and nervousness. You couldn't answer the question. It took you 7 minutes of going on and on before you answered the question. Hang on, John, please let me finish. Eventually, when you answered the question, I haven't made my point yet. Eventually, when you answered the question, your response was that Nigerians cannot afford 15,000 pounds in tuition. Please, what part of Nigeria were you living in? But the Nigerians that you say Nigerians don't have 15,000 pounds. Who are the Nigerians? What part of the trenches are you coming from? What part of the trenches are you coming from? I want to understand.
Don't come here and say what you did not say. I want to ask you. Madam,
I'm sorry, John, what did he say? Did he or did he not say that Nigerians cannot pay the 15,000 pounds? That's the mindset he has.
Madam, let me help you. He said, Nigerians do not need English.
People don't listen, they just hear, unfortunately. Are you done?
He did not
say
that's not what he said.
Madam, let me ask you a question. What he said, is it true?
Be free. Please bring another person that has something factual to say.
Bro, relax. I got your back. Just get the.
First of all, John, let me say this to you. Even Judas, Daddy Freeze, you have to agree with me on this. Even Judas had disciples. Even Judas had disciples.
Madam, what
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
What you say?
Like Daddy Fist has rightly pointed out several times.
Madam.
Okay. Now the question is, I'm going to be very truthful right here, and I'm going to say this. Did the UK government already know about certain things and reasons that Nigerians are choosing to migrate? Absolutely, yes, they did.
Of course they do.
Absolutely, yes, they did. However, did they need one of us to confirm this information?
Madam,
yes, they did. Now, listen to this, John. John, listen to this. So many other Nigerians, aside from this person right here, have been interviewed and asked the exact questions that he was asked. Why are Nigerians migrating in large numbers? Some of the responses have been, oh, Nigerians are family oriented, we have large families and we all want to come in together, we need support. It doesn't matter if they are lying. There is a sense of patriotism. There is a sense of patriotism. You do not go out on national television and admit to our slave masters that we are coming to their country to do what?
Can you moderate? Daddy Freeze, can you
moderate?
moderate?
Do you understand that? Oh my goodness.
Daddy Freeze, can you moderate, please?
Hold on.
Daddy Freeze, now your life I join. No,
just calm down.
Please, I didn't come from this unnecessary back and forth, honestly.
But in fairness to her, what she said is also what I said. And
of course.
And that is the place where you said it. Because we, like I said, we say this to ourselves. To be honest, there's a lot of truth in what you said. But don't take it to our colonial masters who are part of the reason why we are like this and go and tell them. I gave the example. You can't
to what end?
Your neighbor's house
to
girl.
what
You will
end?
not take.
What were you hoping to achieve by saying what you said? What was the game plan? What was your game plan when you said what you said? Like, I don't understand. Was there any scenario in your head that played out that if I say this to them, they would respect Nigerians more? Did you have that scenario in your head for a second, or would it have a terrible effect on Nigerians generally?
Please moderate. Daddy Freeze, please moderate.
Let me tell you something. You are very long. I tried to get on your Twitter live. You didn't let us in. You mentioned that BBC people were listening in on the live, that you had invited them. I needed to speak. I wanted to speak. I wanted to speak. You said people. I wanted them to hear me. You said people should hide because you think we don't have passports. You think we don't have British passports, so we are hiding. You're not even a British citizen. You don't even have papers because you cannot boldly tell us how you are there.
Okay.
You cannot boldly. I wanted to speak so that the BBC people would hear me talk and talk to you the way you deserve to be spoken to.
Now, the plan bring your family.
I am pained because Nigeria, Daddy Freeze. We all know that this JAPA process is not even a cheap process. This JAPA process is for middle class only.
Daddy Freeze, can you moderate?
Middle class only. People are spending their hard-earned money to try and migrate.
I'm sorry, I had to remove her. I don't disagree with what she said, but it's just that nobody else is getting a word in.
A lot of Nigerians are talking about this, and other countries, not only in Africa, are talking about this. This video has gone viral. People want to know who this guy is. They want to know how dumb, how smart, who he is, his status, and whatever it is. Unfortunately, since this young man has put himself in a situation, in a condition that he will need a lot of help. And from the video you watched, the young lady was giving it to him. And not just that alone. At the beginning of the video, you saw how glib he was acting like, I know better, I'm not supposed to apologize. There are people who, I don't know, maybe it's a family thing, maybe it's a background, maybe somebody cursed him, as some people are saying. I do not know what is really wrong with this man, but I want to see him as that typical person, that kind of person, those type of people who have gotten a little bit of something and they want to push everybody out of it. The United Kingdom were the ones who came up with this policy. It was good for them. They wanted to keep people, keep them. Once you have your family with you, you have no other reason to visit your country. I'm not talking of Nigeria now, because this spreads across. And not just that alone, they know if you have your immediate family with you, all of your investment, whatever you're spending, your expenditure, everything will be done in the United Kingdom. You will clothe your children, you will send them to school. So it means you have spent a lot of money for your education that runs into millions of naira. And you probably got a job. You'll be working, paying tax, spending money on your children in that country. And we are talking of a country where taxes, it's all about tax. It's all about tax. You see? So they know what they are doing. But now, because of this influx of immigrants, I'm not saying immigrants. Immigrants are students, professionals, etc. Immigrants, I mean people who come through the back way, this and that. They've got influx of some of this. And also for sake of politics, United Kingdom is growing. They are, it's not easy for them now. Ever since they cut off from Europe, they have been struggling. It's not easy. Not just this, there are a lot of policies that they want to come up with, hoping that this will keep them kind of in place. But it will come with a lot of backlashes and issues and problems and trouble. Why? Many students would rather go to countries where they will have benefits, rather than them coming to a country where there won't be any benefit. I'm sure that there are some countries that want to open up their doors now. Now, having said this, there are also concerns that some other countries might decide to take this up, like Canada and some other countries where people go for study. They might want to bring in some other checklists, some other strenuous, very strenuous task that people will have to conclude, will have to convince them about. We're talking about something that a lot of people have invested a lot into. I mean, spiritually, financially, a lot of people. Of course, if your husband is traveling abroad to study probably for 5 years and he might probably get a job there, you want to be with your family. It helps. It helps. It helps to kind of cushion the effect. You have your children around you. That is the truth. That young lady said it, that what is his name? Whatever is his name. What he should have said is that Nigerians, Africans, and if he wants to talk about Nigerians alone, it's okay. Nigerians are family-oriented people, and I think it helps students to stay focused. And moreover, it would have pointed what I said at the beginning. I said the reason why this policy was put in there before they are trying to ban it is because they know that once you invest in education in their country, when you get a job, if you get a job and you're not returning back home, at least, whatever it is that you get in that country stays with your immediate family. And that's the truth. Apart from money that people remit back home, 80% of whatever you gain or earn as wages in the United Kingdom stays in the United Kingdom. You'll be paying for rent. You'll be paying your bills. You will have to take care of your children. If you don't have children, if you have one child, if you don't even have a child, you and your spouse, you will have to take care of yourself. That's the truth. Whatever way, whichever way, that's the truth. And that's the reality of it. But this guy came up, opened his mouth, saying that many people come in through this route, not because they are in for education, they are not in for the study, they just want to get into the UK. And you should ask this idiot speaking, of what reason did you come to the UK for? They say he's a content creator. Why didn't you focus on your education and get a job and do what you do and stay there in Nigeria after your education? You should have gone home. Why did you apply for work in the UK? Are you still in school? If you are still in school, make sure when you finish, you carry your bags and go back to Nigeria. This guy spoke out of turn, and there are consequences when people speak out of turn, and part of it is what he's experiencing right now. For him, he feels that he's isolated, but I think in the UK, he'll be hiding. He won't be able to walk around freely. He'll be putting on hoodie, face cap, hiding, because he's not running away from only Nigerians. He's running away from Indians, Pakistan, because I can see comments. I've gone from one, tweet to the other. I can see Pakistan's, Indians, Ghanaians, everyone is alert. Focus at this guy. I don't know why or what made him say this, but I think it's from I think it is his nature. That is the point that I want to emphasize. It is the nature of this man to talk anyhow, to speak anyhow. These are the kind of people who think they know everything. What are your thoughts? Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.